Check it out, because today we're going to make this delicious taco bake. Alright, and I'm going to jump right into it. These are the ingredients for the Keto Taco Bake. We're going to need 3 pounds of ground beef, because I'm going to make a huge pot of this. 1 pound of chorizo. We're going to need these vegetables: onions, bell pepper, and tomato. We're going to need diced tomato, tomato paste, and green chili. For seasoning, we're going to use garlic salt, cumin, pink Himalayan salt, and ground black pepper. Inside the ground beef, we're going to also need cream cheese. And on top, we're going to layer it with mozzarella and sharp cheddar. And my lettuce, sour cream, and bacon will be for my salad afterwards. Hey everyone! So this video is going to be a little bit different than my typical videos. I basically just did a voiceover since there was so much noise in the background and the audio came out so poorly. I want to make sure I have the highest quality for all of you. So this first thing that I'm doing here is actually cooking up my bacon. What I want to do is get the grease from the bacon to line the pan. I love cooking my meat in bacon grease. Some people can't handle the grease. If you cannot handle bacon grease, you can easily switch this up for coconut oil. And later on, that bacon will be used to top off my salad. After your pan is lined up with the bacon grease, you're going to go ahead and toss in a chopped onion. I throw in a whole onion. I love the flavor of charred onions, so I cook the onion down until it gets nice and brown. The cook time for the onion definitely depends on the pan that you use and the heat that you put it on. You also want to make sure not to burn your onions. Once they look like this, they're practically done. My next step is tossing in the meat. I'm making a huge batch for my family. This will hopefully last us the entire week. So I use about 3 pounds of ground beef and 1 pound of chorizo or chorizo. Oh, here comes the chorizo. I always think it looks so disgusting coming out of the tube. But man, this gives it a nice kick. You're going to want to really mix up your meat, make sure it's all incorporated together. And at this point, you're going to leave it in the pot until all the meat turns brown. This is a good time to add in your seasoning. I'm going to put about 1 tablespoon total of cumin. The cumin really gives it that taco taste. Next, I'm going to throw in pink Himalayan salt and ground black pepper. The salt and pepper will be to taste, so it really depends on how you like it. On keto, do not be afraid to salt your food. So if you like it salty, be gracious with that salt. Now I'm going to mix everything all together. And once your meat has browned, you can toss in the veggies. The first one I toss in is the canned veggie. We're going to throw in the diced tomato. Next, the diced green peppers. Once again, this gives it more added flavor and more kick. I'm going to thicken it up with tomato paste. I eventually end up adding the whole can because this is so much meat. But if you're doing a smaller batch, maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons will suffice. And finally, the green pepper. Just slide that right in. It's also a good idea to preheat your oven to 400 degrees because at the end, this mix will be tossed in to finish the baking process. And for this batch, I add in a whole stick of cream cheese. The cream cheese really melds the flavors together. Trust me, it is really great. Once your ingredients are all nice and incorporated, you're going to toss the cheddar and the mozzarella on top. Once the cheese is set, the taco bake is ready to go into the oven. Let it bake until the cheese is nice and melted. Alright, and this is the finished product. Look how wonderful this came out. I love it when there's a little bit of char on top. That texture is just delicious for me. It gives it a nice little crispiness to it. And there you go. This taco bake is great for dips, salads, you name it. I even made a Mexican pizza out of this. All right, and this is my taste test. So let's see how this came out. A little bit of everything. Get some tomato in there too. This is so good. I definitely recommend this, 100%. Please make this. Look at this deliciousness. This taco bake came out so delicious. The cheese on top melted so wonderfully, and I love it. I love it. And actually, that's a great idea. My mom suggested topping it with some hot sauce if you want more spice in it, and jalapenos too. But give it a try. It's delicious. Remember, everyone, let's keep eating. And if you enjoy this recipe, please throw me a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll catch you on the next video. See ya.